Hello, hello. Okay, happy Monday. As always, hello. I am gonna take a seat. Well, already, but I'm gonna take a seat for this training, and we're gonna have Krissa and Christina Tammy take over and kind of share a couple things that are on their hearts. I know Christina. If you're in my downline chat, and I shared it. So to success. If you saw that graphic, she's going to go over that. That was kind of made off of an idea that she had. And I just created the graphic because like her brain works. And then I just kind of create what she says. And it's a beautiful friendship. And it works out great because half the time she thinks she doesn't make sense. And I'm like, graphic made. So it works out great. So she's going to go over that. And I know that Krista has some things on her heart. So I'm going to let her go ahead and start. I'm going to unmute her in just a second. But something that I really hope that everybody on here kind of just soaks this in for a moment is because these girls and their stories, they weren't just, I feel like a lot of times, which don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like I kind of popped in and overnight became an 80K and people were like, that's impossible, right? So the reason I love their stories is because they didn't just pop in and hit ranks. They came from other companies, right? They came and they did this and they had doubts. They second guessed themselves a lot. I've done one-on-one Zooms with both of them. Krista isn't in my downline, but we have done one-on-one Zooms before. And their growth and their stories, both of them are completely different women than when I first talked to both of them when they first started in this business. They didn't just join and then all of a sudden, boom, 12K, boom, 40K, boom, 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 right? They joined and they had their struggles and they struggled to own their stories. And so these two babes really, really inspire me with their perseverance and how they are willing to show up when they feel like their efforts aren't being paid out. They're willing to show up and learn from all levels. They're just, I could go on forever about how much I love them. So Chris, I'm going to unmute you and go for it, love. And then you can pass.
Hear me? We good? Okay. So I'm going to let Christina do her thing. Like she already had it planned out. I feel like I was kind of like last minute on it. So I just want to share like what's been on my heart. I did a live and Hustle and Thrive tribe the other day. And tonight I just kind of really wanted to talk about mindset, personal development, and morning routine, but not like your usual. I don't want anyone to take offense to anything I'm going to say, but I'm kind of outside. I feel like I'm outside of the box of the way that everyone does things sometimes. And I know Lindsay's the same way. So I know everyone can learn from different perspectives, but I can't wake up in the morning and just listen to a podcast because I'm not learning anything from that. I had to learn that my personal development had to be a deeper level. It had to be something that I could actually, like, even if I watch a video or listen to something, it has to be something that can pertain to my life, that I can retain and use it in my life. So like getting on just a random podcast every now and then and listening to how I can recruit rock stars is not going to do it for me. Like my issues come from within, if that makes sense. Like it's my mindset blocks. So I can listen to a million trainings about how I need to sign all the promoters. But if I'm not fixing my mind and my brain on telling myself that I'm fat or I'm lazy or I can't do this or this business isn't it, then what is the point? So I'm not going to be the leader that says, hey, go listen to a podcast. Hey, go listen to a training video, because you should still listen to those things. But until you fix what's going on inside of your heart, inside of your mind, it's not going to matter. Because you're still going to get in those conversations and be hard on yourself. Think that you're saying the wrong things. It doesn't matter if you take word for word what Lindsay says, because like I use her pack options. It works perfect for me. But it doesn't mean that if I go into a conversation and I just copy and paste all of Lindsay's messages, that I'm going to sign that person. Because if I don't believe it in here, if I'm not truly engaging with these people, if I don't truly know how to be a human, then it's not going to work. So I want you all to think about that. I don't want you all to check personal development off on your IPAs every day. That's not the goal. And I told my team this last night, like, I'm not here to help you be successful and thrive. That's not what we're here for. We're here to help you be successful in life. This is how you're successful in life. If this is your vehicle to make the money to be successful in life, then perfect. But that's what we're here for. We're not here for you to build a business and then go do you. Like, we truly want the best. We want you all to be the best version of yourself. So I really want you all to think about that when you're doing personal development. Are you just checking the box? Are you just turning a podcast on and you're like, okay, I did my personal development for the day? So I really want you all to think about some things like, I know my best things that work for me are like journaling it out, and you don't have to, but you can think about these things. So I want you to think about, like, what do you, this training, this worksheet that we were doing in this course that I take, but it said, what do you want? Okay, what else do you want? But what do you really want? Like, it's all different journaling sections. So I, like, just to break it down, like, if it was a car, so what do you want? Oh, I want a car with air, because I have one car without air. So that's okay, that's a goal. Okay, but what do I really want? Oh, well, I really want a 2018 car. Okay, but if I had no limits, what do I want? A brand new Escalade. Okay, do you want anything else? A Tesla. Like, really get your brain going. Like, what do you really want in life? I'm not saying just a car, but what do you want? Do you want to wake up every day and your bills be paid and you're not stressed out? Do you want to wake up every day and not have to battle your mind all day? Like, these are the things that you got to think about. Yes, decide. That was literally where I was going with this, Christina. So that, I'll tell y'all this a million times. I didn't go 40K from checking boxes off and doing my IPAs. I didn't. And like Lindsay will tell you, the one-on-one I did with her, I don't even remember what it was, but she was like, oh, well, what do you do every day? I do my IPAs. She was like, okay, but like, what do you really do? And that's when it hit me. Like, I wasn't growing my mind. I wasn't growing. And she's a mess. I'm not even paying her no attention. She will get started. But what was I really doing to grow myself? So where was I really going with this? So that was the moment that I had to decide to change the game, to decide that I was worthy of being a 40K leader, that I was this 40K leader. That's how I show. I'm an 80K leader. Like, let's be real. You have to show up that way. You have to build into your mindset before you can get there. You can do all the actions. You can message all the people. You can sign all the promoters even. But until you're ready, you're not going to hit it. Or even if you do hit it, you're not going to be that leader. So that was my biggest thing. I really wanted to make people think about it. So now, like, I want you all to go to do your personal development and really think, oh, well, am I doing personal development? Am I really? So that's what I want you all to think about. And that was really all that I had tonight. I just want to get you all thinking, even if it's like little tidbits here and there, like, what are you pouring into yourself daily? So I think that was it.
No, I love that, because the thing with that, Krista, when we had our one-on-one, is I did ask her and she named off IPAs. And I was like, great, but what are you doing? And so I love that you said that, because the growth in it, when we say make a decision and decide, we mean decide. Like, okay, you want a car with AC, you want a 2018, you want a new Escalade, you want a Tesla. Decide you're getting that car with air, then decide you're getting a 2018, then decide you're getting that brand new Escalade and that brand new Tesla. Decide. And it's such a surreal moment once you decide and it happens. I was just sitting on the couch with Rob and we were literally just like, because today we got to mark something off of our dream board that literally both of us, I just asked him, I was like, did you ever think that would happen? We had a 2-hour meeting with our financial team. And I literally was like, I never thought I would be a girl. I'm just going to say, I'm like a small child. I never thought I would be a girl that had money that needed to be managed. I was like, wait, I was flabbergasted. That's the word of the day. I looked at him and I said, did you ever think that at 26, we would need to have a team help us invest money and tell us where to do things and tell us what to do, and that we were creating generational wealth, not just for us, but we're literally creating things for generations to come, not even just Rylan, like generations. And I was like, it is so surreal to me that this is here. I didn't start this with a 7-figure dream, y'all. I didn't even start this with a 7-figure idea. I started this because I wanted the $800 in the first 14 days. Then I wanted the free products. Then I wanted. But the thing is, I decided I was getting that $800 in the first 14 days. I decided I was going to thrive for free every single month. I decided. And the thing of it is, do I do my IPAs? Yes. But I don't know how many times I can say an IPA list is just a list. Words are just words unless you give them meaning, and the meaning comes from the actions. And for me, at the end of the day, I can write a million IPA lists every single morning. I can write a million. I can tell you do self-development. When people ask me, hey, what's your self-development? Well, I mean, today it was going to work out at Orange Theory. And that's the thing, Brittany and I are so different, because Brittany finds her self-development growing in a book with podcasts and that stuff. Me, I don't. I'm like Krissa. If I just have to sit there and read, one, I'm dyslexic, so I'm probably not going to understand what the heck I'm reading. It's going to go in one ear, not the other. And if we have anybody with dyslexic children on here, or that you are dyslexic, you know the struggle. That's not enjoyable to me. Going to the gym, kicking my own ass, that's enjoyable. That clears my head. I get out of the gym and I'm ready to go. Why? Because I lifted myself up and I got there. You change it daily. Some days do I watch? I love, and she's in another network marketing company. I love Jessie Lee Ward. She's I think she goes by like Boss Lee or something like that, if I got it wrong. But I love listening to her videos on her Facebook, and I share them in my team chats because they are industry wide. She talks about wealth. I shared a wealth one the other day. She talks about, if you can't manage $5, how are you going to manage $50? She talks about things like that, and that grows my mind. If you're like me and you need stuff like that, because I need to work towards stuff like that, I can't just be told, grow your mind. Okay, like, great. The sky is blue. Like, that to me is not how I grow. I need to know how I'm going to grow and what my next thing that I can decide on, because I decided I was going to earn $800 in my first 14 days. I decided I was going to thrive for free. I decided I was going to earn my car. I decided. What are you deciding? I want you to decide right now, what are you deciding this month? Then give that decision meaning. Put that meaning behind it, because it's not just words. When you add meaning, meaning you add action, they're no longer words. You're going to have options. You're going to create opportunities. With more options and more opportunities comes more. Right? The only person who can decide is you. And I'm going to pass it off to Christina, because this goes into what she's going to talk about is the basics. We don't have anything overcomplicated, y'all. Decide you're going to do it. Rework. How is our structure built, right? What is the first thing that you do to teach somebody to succeed in your first 14 days? 2 customers, 2 promoters. So why, if you're a month, a year, 2 years, 17 months, whatever it is, out from your first 14 days, are we suddenly like, I'm stuck, I don't know how to work my business? Think about it. What changed? Was it that you stopped deciding you were going to earn that in the first 14 days? Because I can tell you, a one-time $800 bonus is great. Do not get me wrong. I love it. It's why I joined this company. But $800 weekly checks, residual income, is even better. So Christina, hold on. Ask. There we go.
All right. I'm getting dizzy. So I'm over here with Carissa and Lynn's. I've got like my own beat going to what you guys are saying. I'm kind of dizzy. So I do want to touch base before I get on the 2-2 success. I want to touch base about what Carissa did say and what Lynn said too. When you personally develop your mind in the area that you're struggling, and I said this to Lynn's, I don't even know when it was, I had a struggle with money. You guys, I have been in debt so many times, been taken out of debt, been go back in debt. So I finally, something clicked. I was reading or listening to something and it was asking me about money. And I was like, that's why I'm scared to make more money, because I have done stupid things with money, and I'm scared when I make this abundance, I'm going to do stupid things. So what did I do? I went and grew my mind in that area of money. I went and wrote down all my debts and was like, when I make the money, I'm going to pay off these debts. I'm going to be giving this much per month. We are going to do this for this many different families at Christmas time. We're going to do this with our savings account. I'm going to bless this. I literally was like, here is where I'm going with my money. And I can tell you guys, it was such a shift that I am like ready to receive. Where before, I think that subconsciously I was like, I want the money, but ooh, like maybe I don't know what to do with it when I get it. So y'all, when I started to dig deeper on that area, like Krista said, it has just transformed a lot of things, and I am just so open to it. So anyways, I wanted to touch base on that because Krista did a Zoom a couple weeks back in the Hustling Tribe, and she said, make a decision. You just got to make a decision. You know what to do, decide. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. Like this is where I want to be. This is my career. I like said it to Lindsay, like, this is my job. This is my career. This is where I belong. I decided, y'all. And I will tell you that I think Lindsay can say this too. My decision has a whole different meaning this time around because I truly decided and aligned myself with where I was going. Y'all, I gave up my car, my motor vehicle. A, I don't go anywhere, but B, I don't want to go back to a 9-to-5 that I told my husband I will do whatever it takes until I can make it where I need to go. So what I wrote down all my debts, all my things that I need to pay. And I said, here, take my car, because that's one less payment I have to worry about and can keep me home. Because I finally decided and bet on my dang self. Y'all, betting on yourself. Ooh, I got chills. Betting on yourself is just going to change your world. And I'm telling you, when you make that decision and you decide, watch out. The world better watch out, because things will just come to you. Get in alignment, y'all. So I had this breakthrough with Linz. We were talking about something and about, I don't even know what it was. And I said, I'm going back to the basics. I'm going back to 2 customers, 2 promoters, 800 VIP, 14 days when you first come in. I'm going back to that because I had wrote down 20 different spots for the month of July. I wanted to change 20 people's lives. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's scary, right? I look at that and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. It's so much. I was like day 4 and nobody had been on that list yet. And I'm over here like, okay, what am I going to do? And then we were talking and I was like, yeah, nope, I'm done with that. I'm going back to the basics of 2 customers, 2 promoters, VIP 800. Y'all, our CEOs didn't design that for just like shits and giggles. Sorry if that, like, you know, if there's littles on here. They didn't design it. That is our foundation. That is what we need to be doing every 14 days. 2, 2. And if you can double it, 4, 4, and just keep going. Sometimes you might get 4 customers, 1 promoter. 1 month, you might get 10 customers, 4 promoters, whatever the case may be. But if you just focus on that 2, 2, it simplifies everything. Everybody can focus on trying to help 2 people get on auto ship and 2 promoters start their business, right? If you think about that for the whole month, if you're like, I'm just going to go help 2 customers and 2 promoters, it just makes things simpler. It simplifies things. And then, like I was saying to Linz, doing it every 14 days, you guys, you'll never be stuck. You'll never be able to say I'm stuck or I don't have the momentum or whatever. Because guess what? Once day 14 hits and day 1 starts tomorrow, if you're on a momentum, ride that out. Keep going. But if the last 14 days kind of stunk, maybe you didn't do your personal development, you didn't do the IPAs, all this came in and just weighed you down, guess what? It's day 1 again. So you can just push back whatever happened, and you can just go right back onto day 1. Every month gives you basically two 2 VIP periods. If you think about it, if you start on the 1st, you get 2 VIP periods. Y'all think about if you are in that mindset of VIP constantly and always, when you're bringing in your new promoters and they're going into their VIP periods, your mindset's already there with them. Yeah, girl, let's go help two customers and 2 promoters because I'm helping 2 customers and 2 promoters. You are on the same path and the same mindset as your people that you are enrolling. Think about these chats that we have, or when we ask people for goals, and some people are saying, I want to help 20 people, or I want to help 30 people. And somebody just came into the business and they're like, I want to help 1 person. I want to thrive for free. So guess what? When they see everybody at always 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, Lynn's might do it 7 times. Carissa might do it 8 times. I might do it 10 times or once. It doesn't matter, but it's just 2, 2, 2, 2. And so I'm going to try to read my notes too. Also, when we focus on that 2 customers and 2 promoters, you guys, you're going to always thrive for free then. You're getting your 2 customers on auto shipment. Your mindset's already there. And you got to think of the compound effect. I was saying this to Lindsay. So many times we focus just on right now or what happened last month, but we don't realize that every single month that will compound to the end result or continue to go, right? So Lynn started with 1 promoter herself, and look where she is now. Compound effect, trickled all the way down throughout her business. So I was like doing numbers, and let's say for 1 year, me alone, I can enroll 24 promoters if I just focus on 2, 2, and that's all I ever enroll is 2 promoters. And that's 24 promoters. If 10 of those promoters of my own, 10 of them go and do the same thing, that's 240 promoters on your team. That's not even thinking about what they're all doing in their downlines. Do you guys understand the power of 2? How that can just continue to add up? Think about those 2 customers that you change their life. Every single month you're changing 2 customers, and it's trickling down between all your promoters. That's hundreds of people in a year, you guys, that you can change their lives just by keeping it simple. Let me see here. Got to read my notes. Oh, so I always thought that I had to have some big scary goal, right? So I was like, well, if I just to me, 2 is not like big scary. You want to know what's big and scary? Is that amount of money that I put that I want to make because I want to pay off debt. That's my scary goal. My, wanting to go 40K. That's my big and scary goal. But you got to break it down and just keep it simple to get to that scary goal. I had just for me, I thought, well, if I just go 2, that's not really big and scary. But then I realized, yeah, but it's bringing me to those big and scary things, right? So just 2 customers, 2 promoters every single month, and repeat that. Just keep repeating it. And I'll tell you this much, when I switched to that, so I switched that on, what day did we do that? I think it was, what is today? Monday? I think we did it Saturday or Sunday. We switched, or we talked about it. Yeah, I can't, the days just go, you guys. I don't know what day it is. And we switched that. So I switched all my stuff. I had written down 20 different spots, and I told Lindsay, I'm like, I'm changing it all. I'm going 2 and 2. And I was feeling defeated, you guys. I was feeling a little defeated. I'm real, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. And I was like, it was day 4. We got the BOGO going. I didn't really have anybody grasping at it. And I had 20 names written down, and I'm like, okay. And then I switched it to 2 and 2. And do you know, today I got an auto ship customer, a new auto ship customer. And I was like, yes, now I need 1 more. Do you see how then it just was like, all right, let me close out that 2 and 2, and I'm going to get 2 promoters, and I'm just going to keep going with this 2 and 2. So when Lynn's put the graphic in the limitless, you guys, even if you're newer and you don't get those 2 customers and those 2 promoters, people that come to you interested in it, write those names down. Just think of that. Your potentials list is going to grow by 2 every single month then. So you got to think about it from both aspects of things, where if you are just connecting those 2 people and you keep compounding effect, y'all, do you know what is going to change your whole entire dang business? That is why I keep showing up, because I know, like Lynn said, I've been here it'll be 2 years in October. I hit 12K last year in September. We're going 40K this year in 2020. And who else knows what else is going to be in store, because maybe 80K. I don't know. But the thing is that I'm going to keep showing up because I'm going to keep doing those compound effects, because where I'm going, I'm going to get there, because every little bit of effort that I put in and continue to do is going to add up. So you might have months where I had months where I did not enroll. I had months where nobody was in my inbox, and I needed to figure out where my mindset was, make some tweaks, shift some things. And then guess what? It starts to come back and it starts to flow. But I said to Linz, I was like, I just want to go back to the basics of the VIP 14-day 2 and 2 with my mindset, with my goals and everything, having the big scary goals, whatever you want it to be, but y'all have to decide, like they were saying. And when I made that decision, you guys, there was a shift in myself. There was a shift in my confidence in my posts. When I go live now and talk about this business or talk about these products, nobody better go to battle with me that there's something else better out there, because I have decided this is where I am and I am not going anywhere, because this is where I'm building financial freedom for my family. And I will come at you with so much confidence and excitement and passion, because that's truly what I got after I made that decision to bet on myself. And I know that it's scary. Trust me, I didn't do it for a long time. I kind of said I was, but I really wasn't. I mean, Linz probably knew that the whole time. But when I actually made that shift, y'all, it just changes everything. And it comes with personal development in the areas that you need to grow. I finally went in and figured out that I did something, a purpose. It was a purpose-driven type thing. And I went into that to find my purpose. And I realized that my purpose is right here. Every time they were asking me questions, I was like, oh my gosh, I do that in my business. That brings me joy. And I do that in my business and everything. And I was like, I showed my husband, I'm like, this book told me I'm meant to be here and I can't go anywhere else because I am living my purpose. And he's just like, okay, keep reading. But anyway, so you guys make that decision. Keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate it. We tell our newbies when they first come in, get that 2-2. We're going to try to get you that $400 cash bonus. And if we double it, we're going to get you 800. So why do we sometimes overcomplicate it and try to do some crazy things when we can just 2-2 and just keep repeating? And I think that I kind of hit everything. I hope I didn't talk too fast. But I hope I hit what I was, sometimes I get flustered. I'm all hot here and bothered. Linz, do you have anything to add?
That was amazing. Thank you so much, because I feel like sometimes when I say every 14 days is a new 14 days, it can get kind of switched up because you're like, okay, so 4 people. And no. What do you do when you first enroll? When you have a promoter that joins you, or when you first enrolled, what did your enrollers tell you, or what do you tell people? Go through the units, watch the trainings, and we're going to get you your $400. And if you can double it, then it'll be $800. That's exactly what we do. So a year later, a month later, or day 15, why is it all of a sudden that goes out the window, right? It shouldn't. That's how you get to success. And I won't use a term because I hate the term. So we're going to use 2 to success is what I am going to call it. Because it's literally 2 promoters, 2 customers, building that residual income for success. And then one more thing that I want to touch on, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. So this will be a short, sweet, and to the point training for y'all, is I want every single person here tonight or tomorrow to decide on something. What do you want your business to do for you this month? It doesn't have to be business related, like, oh, I want to go to 4K, 12K, 40K. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Yes, that's great, and make that decision and run for it. But what do you want your business to do for you this month? Decide. Do you want it to pay off a credit card debt? Great. Which one? If you're like me and you got into this because you wanted to pay down debt, y'all, I've been in for 2.5 years now. December will be 3 years. And the first year I lied to myself. I was like, yeah, I'll pay off debt. AKA I was paying the minimums every single month. And then I was like, great, I did it. I paid off debt this month. No, that was not how that worked. Let me tell y'all, because a year later, my interest was going up and I was like, what is happening? I'm paying monthly. Why aren't you gone? Apparently that's not how adulting works. It's fine. But the minute I got real with myself, scary real, and I literally wrote down every single debt that I had. Every single one of them. I wrote down if I had medical debt. I wrote down if I had credit card debt, which one and which credit cards, because your girl had many. I wrote down my student loan debt. I wrote down any debt that I wanted to pay off, AKA all of it. I wrote down cars, I wrote down house, I wrote down everything. And then I wrote down the minimum payments for each of them so I could set myself a budget. And then at the end of the month, when I had extra money out of my budget, I went to the smallest debt that I had and I applied more money to it. And if you have not ever heard of Dave Ramsey's baby steps, the snowball effect, that's exactly what I did. No, don't get me wrong. I did not follow all of his stuff because like he had you like cutting out like life. And I know he works well. And I know so many people do amazing on him, but your girl like really likes sushi, really likes her margarita and her Mexican food. And that was just not a part of those baby steps. And so they lost me. But that's okay. But because I did love the snowball effect. And that's how I ended up becoming, we're 100, well, I won't lie, besides our house, because we've been told not to pay it off because taxes and IRS, and it's a great write-off. But we would be 100% debt-free. That happens when you get real with yourself. If that's one of the things that you want, if debt freedom is what you want, write down all of your debts. Become real with yourself. If paying for a vacation is what you want, write down the cost of the vacation. Get real with yourself. Know what you need it for and what it needs to do and work towards it. And then another thing that I highly recommend everybody starting this month is write down when you get paid from Lavelle, so tomorrow, write down your paycheck so you know what money is coming in. And anytime, and I do mean anytime you spend something, write what money is going out. If you spend $5 at Starbucks, write down that $5. At the end of the month, look at what you're spending versus what is coming in, and you can see how you're living. Make a decision. For me, Rob and I live way below our means. We were talking to our people today and we were like, wow. Last month we made just shy of 50K and we maybe spend 5K a month, y'all. Not to like throw money or numbers out there, but if that tells you how below our means, like we don't live, like we're not struggling. Like if we want sushi, we go eat sushi, but we want our future to look so different than how we grew up, right? We want Ryland to have things that we only could, stuff like that. So to us, we pick and choose. We want to pay cash for the swimming pool we're building in our backyard. So those are things that we decided. When you decide something and you put it down and you put numbers to it and you put the value of it and then you get real with yourself and you write down what's coming in and what's going out, you're going to see what's happening. You're going to see it isn't that you aren't making money with your side gig. You're going to see that you're spending more than you're making at your full-time job. See, that happens when you flip your script. You're going to get real with yourself. So I want every single person in here to decide. Decide this month what you want to happen. Decide. Literally decide. Because I started this as a side gig and it has turned into literally passive, allowing us to create passive income, allowing us to create, there you go, an empire for our family, allowing us to create money that Rylan will have for his children. Okay? That happens when you get back to the basics, 2 and 2, and when you decide that this is where you want to be, 1, and you decide what you're working towards. Every single person here has something that they got into this business for. If it's diaper money, shoot, diapers are expensive. My child pees every 3 seconds. He's the most hydrated child in Florida. Like that blue line is constantly blue. We maybe see it yellow for like 0.5 seconds. It's fine. Diaper money is no joke. Like if you got into this for diaper money, write down how much you spend for diapers. Write down what you bring in. Watch that your side gig, it really isn't that you aren't making money here. It's that you're spending more and you're living a lifestyle spending more than you make. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses, is the saying. And I can tell you right now, I love a Louis Vuitton, like the next girl, right? There are some really cute ones out there, and we're debt free and we have the money, but I'm still not going to pay it for it. Why? Because it's going to sit in my dang closet. We're in a pandemic. Where am I going to go? What? Just to post a picture on Instagram in a square to show that I got a brand new Louis? Like, what does that do? Think about it. Make your decision of what you want. Make sure that it's actually what you want and it isn't what society is telling you that you want. Okay? Because you don't have to keep up with anybody. You know what I wear every day? Leggings and an oversized t-shirt. I go in places and they look at me like I'm homeless and I'm like, sure, look at me however you want. How other people in society tell you you should live, are they paying for it? Are they supporting you? Because the people who are actually supporting you and love you will not care if you show up with your hair in a bun that has not been washed in 17 days or you show up with a brand new blowout. They will not care. The only person who cares is you because you're so wrapped up that it's how it has to be. And that's not what it's about. Flip that script in your mind. Set your self-development up for yourself. What you need to do for you. Do your IPAs, but for you. Make that decision for you. Commit to 2-2 success for you. Because I guarantee you the quicker and well, not that it's a race, but the quicker you do it for yourself, the quicker that you figure out that this is what you need to do and you decide, the next person that joins you, you're going to be able to help them and you're going to build an empire off of it. That's all that I have for tonight. So thank you, Krista. Thank you, Christina. That was amazing. I love you both. Wait, make sure I didn't miss any. Sorry, I'm reading I didn't want to miss any questions. I think we're good. Okay, perfect. Yay. All right. I love y'all. Have a great night. We'll see you guys next Monday. Bye.